Today we're talking 28 days, weeks, years later, and Bone Temple.
Stay tuned to find out. How's that?
How's that? Hello and welcome to Couple Chat.
Where we
Parents.
discuss topics for you.
Parents. I'm Matt.
I'm Jackie. Let's chat.
This past weekend, we went to see 28 years later, The Bone Temple. Mm-hmm. What an experience, huh?
Incredible.
How's
Spoilers.
that?
Spoilers. By the way.
Yeah,
Spoilers.
we
We
are
are a spoiled podcast now.
Yeah, just better conversations.
Easier to talk.
Definitely. How's that?
How's that? Gotta see it to know it. Anyway. Yeah, quite an experience. We got to go with a couple of friends of ours who have AMC stubs.
Anti-stubs?
No, they get to get the tickets like we were doing, and it was actually
this was our last of that.
It was our final performance, our final movie theater experience before our membership is canceled.
Yeah.
So
we're parents and we have no time to go to the movies as much as AMC A-List allows, which it is fantastic. And if you can go 4 times a week, a month, I mean, it's great. What, $25 to $28 a month? Like, well worth it if you have the time.
Yeah, seeing 12 movies a month, why the heck not? But if you're a single person.
More than that.
Oh, it's
16.
4 a week. Oh, 16, sorry. Well, depending on the month.
Math.
Some months it's 20, because there's some months with 5 weeks in it. Anyway, but yeah.
None with 12.
February.
Sure.
No, February has 4 weeks at least.
Nice try. Nice try.
Math is not my strong suit. Anyway, speaking of
28
math.
days, weeks, years.
I was going to do the Friends intro, days, weeks, months, years. But it doesn't make sense because there's no months. Anyway.
How's that?
We had a really good time. I think, the people we went with really enjoyed it as well. And we had a really nice dinner beforehand. And I don't know. It's
always nice to have a date night. Mm-hmm. Because, a double date night.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. Because date nights are great. But, sometimes it's nice to talk to people that aren't 5.
And also aren't parents.
Oh, yeah, that's true, too. They are not parents.
They
do not want to talk about children at all because they don't know how it is to have children. Actually, she used to work in a daycare, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But
anyway, that's besides the point. Although there are children in these movies.
Sure. And they're doing things that children shouldn't be doing.
I mean, it's an apocalypse. What do you expect?
I know. Pretty horrendous.
Yeah. But anyway, kind of rewind. We went through and, you showed me 28 days later, years and years ago.
I showed you 28 days later, 28 years ago.
Not that long. I'm 36. Come on, I'm not that old.
The movie's not even been out that long.
But yeah, you showed us that film, or you showed me that film some time ago, and then we rewatched it again before 28 years later came out, and it's just this crazy cool full circle thing now where they're making a new rendition of or extending upon the 28 years later series, and it's really exciting what Danny Boyle's doing.
Yeah, well, it's funny, I probably originally showed you this film, not just because it's amazing and I think it's one of Danny Boyle's best work, but you're a big Cillian Murphy fan, and this movie is, the start of his career. So I was like, you've never seen it? This is where he really got his start. Danny Boyle kind of found him. And it's so wild going back now and watching 28 Days Later because he's so young.
Yeah.
So young. And now, they're going along this different path, and they really pushed forward in 28 Years Later. The whole of the UK seems very different from where it was left off in Weeks. Mm-hmm. This I wasn't sure. I don't know about you, but I wasn't sure like how I felt about 28 Years Later when it came out. What, last year or so? Mm-hmm. I thought it was okay. It felt like what it is, an origin story.
Correct.
It felt like the first of a trilogy.
Right. But
like worse than that. You know, like Hunger Games is the first of a trilogy, but it's a well-rounded, complete story.
Right. Even though there's a prequel and a sequel now coming.
Well,
or here.
There has been a sequel. It's a prequel and a prequel.
True. It's 2 prequels. Oh, that's so confusing. Yeah.
But realistically, it felt like Fellowship.
Yeah.
You know, like
this journey and like following this, learning path and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
And they just leave it on such a big cliffhanger. It's like, oh, that's the movie. All right. But I don't know if you feel this way, but after we rewatched it before we saw Bone Temple, and I enjoyed it a lot more now.
Yes, same. I think because we watched them back to back too. I think it's for those of you who have seen 28 Years Later and are going to see Bone Temple, it's a good idea to like watch the first one again, or the first one 28 Years Later again, because it's just butt up against Bone Temple. It goes right into exactly where we left off, and it is just like, I don't know, it feels like it should just been all one movie.
Well,
impossible because it's so long. It would have been a 4-hour film then, but I mean, not impossible. It's not Marvel. But I think that it's very much a like bingeable 2 movies, and like it's very much along the storyline. It just, I love how it just continues.
Yeah.
It doesn't need any more flashbacks. We already got this establishing what happened in 28 Years Later for everyone involved.
Right.
And then we're just moving forward. Although I really do like what happens between Dr. Kelson and the alpha that he named Samson. I think that part of the storyline is just like, it's incredible because they're, all the previous movies have been about the infected and like the rage infection and how it can spread so quickly, and then just everything with Kelson and how he can just, I don't know, bond with this creature, because the alphas are creatures. They're not human in any sort of way except the anatomy of it, but how he can actually change it.
Their minds are, I think now obviously it's been established that their minds are clouded. Mm-hmm. This virus is such great writing by Alex Garland, who has written everything, I guess, except Weeks. But what did Kelson say? He said, it's not like infecting the brain. Is it a like blanket over the brain? I forget exactly what he said, but it's something like that. It's just a beautiful line that explains this without having to blatantly explain
have Samson be like, yes, doctor, that's what's happening to me.
Right.
Yeah.
He wouldn't know anyway.
It also showed you throughout the film. So like in the beginning of the film, when you see Samson attack that person, he thinks the person's, another infected. And he's like, no, I'm the alpha here. And that's what makes him attack him. And it's like, wait, once you realize how they can really change for the better, it's incredible how like Kelson unlocks this thing in Samson that just, I don't know. It's getting me so excited for the third one. Like I cannot wait, because I'm loving that part of the story.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because like they open this door, but then they shut it so tightly because obviously, what happens to Kelson, but it's like, what do they do now?
Right.
Obviously they're not, it's not completely closed because Samson's out there, and I feel like they're going to obviously run into him in the third film, but it's like, how do you bridge that gap? Like Samson could obviously tell his story and explain that, hey, Kelson was able to, cure me, I guess.
Yeah.
But how do you figure that out,
And with what? Like I was telling you, I think we were kind of brainstorming about what could happen. Our predictions of like going back to the Aaron Johnson part of everything.
Right, because he was completely left out of this movie. That
Didn't
was
see him
crazy.
once. It was shocking how like not even a glimpse into the town or anything.
Nothing.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
So it's very exciting to kind of like be able to. I love this. Like, what's gonna happen? Put out our predictions. Like,
Yeah.
I really like that part of a trilogy or a series like this. Like, we love doing that.
Yeah.
Stranger Things, Game of Thrones, all these TV shows we did it with,
Marvel.
and like Marvel, yeah. So it's just very exciting. It's very cool to have like
it's
the
in
ability.
It's in an unfortunate spot too because they were waiting to see how Bone Temple was going to perform to green light the third film. So it is green lit, but there's no production yet. So
And those kids are going to be so much older now.
yeah, I guess so.
That's going to be hard. That should be the first thing they film if they haven't already. Like,
Well, I mean, this kid, forgot to look up his name, of course. Don't have it off the top of my head, but I mean, he's the main character.
I know, that's what I mean.
And now,
yeah.
What?
Well, even more spoiler.
Yeah. Big spoiler if for some reason you didn't wait till the last scene.
Yeah.
But, the OG main character's back too, Killian. So it's obviously going to be interesting to see them bridging that gap and the two of them together. And then the whole Jim and Jimmy aspect. I'm very interested to see how that goes.
Yeah. Very much so.
And then his dad's name is Jamie, so let's make it even more confusing.
I know. All these J names. Jeez, It's like someone has a thing for J's.
Right. Alex Garland does, I guess.
I guess.
But, yeah, I mean, a lot of interesting things happened in this film, but it did feel like it happened in a vacuum.
Yeah.
Because we didn't get to see the island, like you said, and some of the other stuff outside of this small area. Like it focused on the Jimmies and Kelson, really.
Right.
And that was about it. And my goodness. Can you talk about the Jimmies a little bit? Because that was a lot to handle.
I feel like Jimmy, main Jimmy, big Jimmy, son of Nick Jimmy.
Jimmy, St. Jimmy Crystal.
Yeah, St. Jimmy Crystal.
You know the whole thing, right?
You had mentioned some of it, but you didn't really like tell me the whole thing who he's based on.
Yeah, so anyone listening to this or watching this probably already knows this, but I'll give a brief rundown. So Jimmy Savile is this variety show host from the UK. He died in like 2011, but pretty much right after he died, all these accusations and things came out that he was a sex offender, like pedophile, all this stuff. And it's all been factualized by this point. So this guy who was a big deal in British culture was just taken down, and it's posthumously too, so it's like really weird. But anyway, at the time when Jimmy was a kid, this guy was huge in British homes.
Right.
So he doesn't know any better, and then this apocalypse happens with the rage virus. So it's like he, idolized him. So that's how he,
Gotcha.
came up
That's
with
kind
this
of cool.
persona. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I think is interesting though is like when. Yeah, I mean Jimmy has 7 fingers. I don't know why you need 7 fingers for a fist, when a fist is 5.
Oh, he wants 10.
He wants more than that. He wants
I know.
thousands.
Correct.
Why have you been killing them this whole time then? If you want that many more.
That is true.
It doesn't make sense to make them fight to the death.
Definitely a plot device.
Right.
Or a plot hole.
Plot hole, a little bit.
Huh, yeah.
But yeah, the Jimmies are just all these misfits that he's rescued. And then
I'm just a misfit.
why are you singing Christmas music, Matt? I thought you don't like Christmas music after Christmas.
How's that?
How's that? But yeah, he's made them into like this little kind of like tight-knit cult group of misfits who are all in their own way like crazy.
Yeah. Very, very Clockwork Orange.
Very much so, but 10 times worse. I mean, T-shirt.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's yeah. But this is the kind of thing that we've heard is a possibility in Apocalypse. Like, you have those that survive, and then you have those that survive and try and take control and take power into their own hands and use their barbarism and cannibalism and all this other stuff, and they just like revel in it, and that's what this Jimmy group is like. So it's really crazy to kind of see, like,
we've never got that kind of perspective of a group like that too, where the main character is dragged into it
right.
and kind of has no control over his own self.
Right.
Like I was saying this to you, Spike is so prevalent in the first 28 years later, and it's his film. He carries that film and beautifully. And then, you know, he goes through this whole journey with his mom and everything. It's such a beautiful film now looking at it from this perspective and this side of things. And in this film, he's taken in, and just his whole persona is destroyed and put aside. He literally is mute 95% of the film. I think the kid has less than a handful of dialogue in this movie after literally having a whole script to himself, basically.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah. It's incredible too, because like even being mute and like kind of just like very much like pushed into the background, the moments where he is on film are just like, you can see he's not okay with any of it.
Well, Jackie, it's not film. This was shot on an iPhone.
Yeah, it was shot on an iPhone, guys. Great job. Can we shoot something on a Samsung phone already? Like, can someone make it a big deal for Samsung to be on a freaking $1 billion budget film? Why are you wasting money to film on a freaking cell phone? I don't get it.
Well,
I don't get it.
So the thing about this is the 28 films, well, except Weeks, they've been on experimental formats. So the first film was shot on Canon XL2s, and like those were, it was supposed to feel like video, TV, like that's what they wanted it to feel like, you know, CCTV a little bit type of situation. This time around, I don't know, like, to me, plot wise, I just don't get it either.
Yeah.
But I do watch the film and I'm like, wow, some of these shots, I'm like, I can't believe this is a phone.
Yeah.
Like some of them are pretty mind boggling, especially of the bone temple itself.
Yeah. I mean, the aspect ratios, even the landscape shots, like the like bird's eye view of everything, and just, it's beautiful.
Right.
But like, why do we have to do both? If we want to do experimental, for the first part could have been cell phone, fine. But you had to shoot Bone Temple and iPhone 2. Like, can we choose something else, please? A Samsung?
Let's just do it
on
Pixel? Mini DV tapes.
Oh, let's go back. Way back.
I mean, that's what XL2 was.
I know. But yeah, it feels like, oh, you know, we gotta feed the Apple demon and just keep throwing money into its pocket.
That is what it is, unfortunately.
I know, but
if you haven't been able to tell, we use Samsung and Google.
And
other
Sony.
Demons, to be completely honest.
They're all, I mean, there's going to be bad parts about every consumer, but I feel like it's been like this hyper fixation for film and
definitely
and photography to be, if you're doing photography, you have to have an iPhone, or you have to have a Mac, or you have to be like pigeonholed in this one product and spend thousands of dollars for it to just poop on you. Like, I don't understand that. Like,
I have heard recently, and I haven't looked up the actual statistic, but I have heard recently that Samsung has finally overtaken Apple.
Oh yeah,
but that could literally last
by what, 1%?
A week. I don't know.
Yeah.
But also, I didn't look up the actual statistic. I like heard it in passing somewhere on like maybe a tech channel or something like that. So I'm not sure how factual it is. So I'll have to look that up afterwards. And if anybody watches this and wants to comment about it, by all means.
Tell us. But yeah, no, I really think that this is one of the stronger films in the 4 so far. I love the first one. The first one's a classic. You can't do anything wrong in the first one. It's great. No. Weeks. No, thank you.
So many plot holes in that movie.
I felt like I was watching Cloverfield. I felt so sick the whole time. It just doesn't. No.
It was in that 2008 time where everybody wanted to be Bourne Identity.
No thanks.
Yeah.
The first 28 Days Later is great. Really emotional.
Yeah.
Like super high highs, super low lows. But I felt like this one was just like rigid.
You mean years? You're talking
28
about
years.
Oh, you said days.
I said the other 28 years later. I'm fixing myself if I didn't. The other 28 years later.
Yeah, the first one.
Very high highs, very low lows. This boy is phenomenal. But the second Bone Temple is just like chef's kiss. Like the music's great. Kelson's amazing. I love Ralph Fiennes. Like he is one of my favorite actors, and the fact that he's just like he's incredible, and he's on screen alone 90% of the time. He's on screen. Like, yeah, he has these moments with Samson, and then the end with the Jimmies, but like, he's incredible. He's incredible, and he's one of the finest actors that I've ever had the privilege to watch.
What's so interesting too is like in the first 28 years later, we just watched it, and you know, I was on a plane, I didn't get to finish it, so when I stopped I was like, wow, this dude's in like 30 minutes of this movie, and he makes such an impact in the first one. But this movie is his, like it's his and the Jimmys, and his parts are so much more impactful when it comes to the emotional side of things. Like the Jimmys, like, yes, super disturbing, like a lot of really crazy stuff happens, but it's Kelson that pushes the overarching universe in the 28 series forward in so many interesting ways. And yeah, I mean, him on screen by himself is just brilliant. It's the most amazing moments of this film. My friend was saying that we went with that he heard this is like his best performance to date. And like hearing him say that before the film, I was like, really? Okay. I mean, I could kind of see it because of how eccentric he was in the first film. But then after seeing this and then knowing this moment, like, my God, you know, Stranger Things dropped the ball with that.
They really did. And I was just going to say that. I'm like, Stranger Things, you effed up, dude. You have him pull out Iron Maiden. This isn't music. This is music. And then you don't play Iron Maiden. What's wrong with you? But They I'm so glad that they didn't, because Bone Temple blew it out of any water. Like,
dude,
incredible.
Ralph Fiennes, however you want to say his name. Like,
however he says it.
Oh my God. I think he says Fiennes, so we're going to have to, I'm pretty sure. Okay. But like, oh my God. I was cackling.
I know.
The Matt cackle.
I know.
Everybody who knows me knows it.
Yeah.
When he was coming out from behind the bone pillars, whatever you want to call them, and you couldn't really see him, I was like, oh my God, he looks like Voldemort. Like, just it was there
with the black makeup and like the clothes and the jacket. It was great,
dude. He totally had so much fun doing that scene. It was phenomenal. And again, like, yes, shot on an iPhone, I know, but I really want to see the behind the scenes of this film badly, because a lot of what I saw felt practical. Like, you can feel the difference, you know? So there's just a lot to like about this movie, and it sets up what could be a tumultuous ending. And I'm excited to see how they close out the 28 series, because I think this is really going to be it. And I mean, with everything they set up with Kelson, it does seem like they're coming to a close. Like, they're going to try and figure out how they can cure this virus on a
larger scale.
Yeah, I was gonna say a global scale, but it didn't hit globally, and you know,
it hit pretty far though. There were a bunch of countries that were isolated.
Well, it's everybody that was connected to the UK by land or near water,
right?
So,
but there were certain parts that were able to quarantine and get rid of it.
And
then there were others that they were just like, sayonara, good luck to you.
Well, it was interesting. The kid in the first film, where did he say he was from? Poland? Where was he from?
Oh, in Years Later, Part
Alex?
1?
Was his name
Eric?
Eric, yeah.
He's from France.
No.
Sweden.
Sweden. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was an interesting aspect that we didn't know either, that they finally solidified without it being too in our face too. Mm-hmm. It wasn't blatantly explained, but like that he was there to establish that our world moved on.
Right.
Outside of the UK. So like he had a cell phone. He was talking about normal jobs that like people would have today. Mm-hmm. Very interesting take that I didn't even anticipate until they revealed that. So
yeah.
Cool stuff that they did with these films. I'm excited. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Me too.
You want to mention any predictions before we wrap up?
I mean, I think there's a love triangle being set up. Just cause.
Yeah, but how old? So you're talking about with Killian's daughter, with Jim's daughter.
Yeah.
How old is she though?
Does it matter? It's an apocalypse.
I guess, but I don't know if it's going to be weird like that.
I'm not saying they're going to do like anything too creepy for young children to be doing, but like,
well, that
how
girl,
many years are they going to hop forward?
No,
like,
I don't think so.
You don't know. No one will know.
I guess. Well, how old is the girl from Falcon and Winter Soldier? What is
Kelly? Her character's name is Kelly. Well, Jimmy. What's her Jimmy name?
I don't know.
I forget. She's Kelly.
Yeah.
I don't know how old she is.
She was phenomenal too.
She's great.
Very expressive. And I mean, she's been phenomenal in everything we've seen her in. We saw her in Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I can't remember. I feel like we saw her in between in something else, but I forget what it was.
I can't remember either.
Yeah, but she's
getting around.
She's great.
Yeah. But I think that, I mean, obviously something's going to go down with the fact that he's Jim and they just left Jimmy.
Yeah.
Because they have been under this impression that Jimmy's dad is still alive. They were never told that Jimmy's dad is dead.
But
because he kept making it seem like his dad was still alive.
You're talking about his actual dad, the vicar.
Correct.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be that. I think it's more so just that is going to give them PTSD and like have a skepticism against him.
How are they going to trust anybody?
Right.
Even if there is a child involved, they're children.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So.
It's hard to say. Yeah. And then also I think Aaron Johnson is going to show up in some shape or form. Obviously, you have to round the story out. You have to,
for sure.
Even if it's just a matter of like him finding the Bone Temple and Kelson and all that kind of wrapping itself up.
Well, I was watching an interview with the actor who plays Jimmy, and the interviewer said, I mean, is Jimmy actually dead? We don't see him die. So what if like Aaron Johnson comes with this small party? Because I think like he's going to convince some of his buddies to go with him, even though the whole rule of the island is we're not sending out a rescue party. Right. Well, you know, he's kind of an asshole. So
he's also kind of in charge, it seems like, for the travel parties, because he's the one going and foraging and
but they
all
have
that.
But still they have kind of an electoral college or a committee. Yeah. So regardless of what he says, it doesn't really matter. But he can do whatever he wants. They're not going to stop him.
True.
But anyway, I still think he's going to have a little band with him. And what if they find Jimmy? And what if they think, well, think about it. Because what if they think that Kelson, because they believe that Kelson's some that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Kelson's some psycho. So they find Jimmy nailed to an upside down cross, regardless if he's alive or not. They're going to find him there nailed to an upside down cross.
Unless Samson uses his mind and
I don't think
burns it or destroys it, because Kelson's been like...
Samson left with Kelson. We don't actually even know if Kelson is dead.
I don't think Samson left with Kelson.
Yeah, he did.
I don't think he like left.
Left.
I think he went and burned him because that's what Kelson would have wanted.
True.
That's what I'm saying. Put his skull
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I still think Jimmy was left there. Even if Jimmy isn't alive, he's there. So they're going to see him, see the dilapidated Bone Temple and be like, yo, he is psycho and my son was somehow involved in this. We got to find him now. You know? So like from the other side too. So now they might not really fully trust Jim, and then Aaron Johnson's going to come along, Jamie, and you know, now we have this whole thing.
Yeah, dad against dad.
Yeah.
Protector against protector.
Pretty much. I could see Jim already just being like, dude, I don't want anything to do with this mess that you guys are in.
Yeah, me and my daughter have been safe and like
go away.
I think it's going to be, hey, we're helping you, but you can't stay here.
Right.
We don't have extra room. We don't have extra food.
Yeah.
We protected you from these ragers, but you got to go.
Yeah, you think he's going to play that card? Because, like, it becomes more like the whole thing Mark Hamill hated about Luke in Last Jedi was that he's totally playing a completely different character to himself. The Jim that we know is not like that. He even went back into the fray to save, the girls. And
Yeah.
oh yeah, and that's true too. The other girl also survived. It was the three of them, right?
Yeah.
So where's that girl too?
I mean, anything can happen in 28 years.
Of course. I'm just saying. But yeah, so anyway, like it just doesn't it seems kind of against his character. But then again, if like he lost his wife
How
or
do you
whatever
lose her?
she was in some sort of way that made him this way. Like it could work as long as it's done well. And I mean it's Cillian Murphy, so I'm not really worried about that part.
True.
But it's also the original writer, so
Yeah. We shall see.
yeah, lots of food for thought.
Lots of things to think. What?
How's that?
How's that?
Anyway, if you haven't seen it yet, go out and see it. Is it a movie you would see with your children?
No.
Definitely not.
What? It's rated R. Hello.
It's probably should be rated more than that. It's pretty gruesome. It's pretty bad. One of the most gruesome things I've seen in recent years. I'm not big on body horror, so like that pushed a little bit for me. But
Just a tad.
anyway, don't see it with your kids.
No. Date night, though. Double date night.
Definitely.
If you like gore.
Nah, it's more than that though.
I mean, it's a zombie movie.
Whoa.
Rage virus.
The Rager.
Anyway,
I'm Matt.
I'm Jackie.
Here are the Hahns signing out.
Thank you so much for listening to Couple Chat. Make sure to subscribe to us on Spotify or YouTube Music. You can even subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can see this episode in video. Thank you to Han Films for editing and producing this episode. Let's chat soon.